What is up, YouTube? It is Doc here, Docky Style Gaming, and I am back at it with another GodFall video for you all today. And yes, it seems like I have a bunch of these to put out on the channel, but we have been getting a bunch of new GodFall information as of late. So thanks to the PC Gamer, we got another brand new trailer for GodFall showing us the PC gameplay first look trailer. So just like we did with the PlayStation 5 one, I will be breaking down the PC gameplay first look trailer. So I'll be running it in half speed and we'll be going over some of the things that we might have missed in first viewing. So without further ado, let's hop straight into this video and break it down. Now, like I said, it will be in half speed. This looks like another one of the mini bosses, which they teased, and they're going to tease at the end of this trailer as well. But one of the mini bosses, although this arena looks like it could potentially be a full boss fight. But they did show this same enemy type in the PS5 trailer. And then we could see a bit more of the action. Now, in my other videos, I did mention all 5 of the different weapons, and I want to say we get to see just about every single one of them in this one. This looks to be one of the potentially great swords. There's great swords, long swords, dual blades, hammers, and pole arms that they said are in the game as of right now. Who knows if there's going to be more different types, but potentially there will be. This was something else that we also got to see that was part of it right there, but we'll get to see a bit more of it in the trailer, more cutscenes and cinematics. But I think this is it right here. We get to see a lot of the weapons using abilities, which was something they mentioned in one of their blog posts, that it seems like legendary weapons will be able to use or have different effects, and we get to see a lot of that in this trailer. And a lot of the, like right there, let me back it up just a bit. We get to see them smash and do an attack. That doesn't seem like a Valor Plate ability, but instead it looks like it's definitely a weapon ability. Now, pretty much this was, on the PC Gamer stream, this was Keith Lee, I want to say, the creative director, if I'm not mistaken, of GodFall, who was just pretty much showing the world, talking about it, giving them a basic synopsis, which is what I've given when I've done my GodFall videos. But really, they're just showing the environment. They said it's, of course, in early stages of development, which you could kind of see with the clipping of the sword and the cape. But actually, I do want to pause right here because this just, even though, man, this is running high settings, I noticed that the frame rates for this was like ass. I'm not going to lie, when they showed it off on stream. But the world alone, I know I mentioned it in the PS5 stream, but Infinity Blade, I've always said, has been one of my favorite games. And I've always liked the world of the mix of fantasy, future, and then like medieval design. It always meshed pretty well. So I think that's pretty much, I mean, and again, I've mentioned it before too, how Brandon Sanderson is, they said they've got most of their inspiration from, and he has gone on to do some of the Infinity Blade, or both of the Infinity Blade books as well. So just looking at the world. And then this is also one of the new Valor Plates, or not new, we've seen the pretty much main 3 that they show off a lot. And this is one of the other ones, which is an eagle, apparently. The main one they show is the lion, then there's this eagle one, then there's another bird-like one, which we don't know what it is as of yet. They just said they're all Zodiac inspired, their armor sets. So we get to see a bit more of the environment. They said they're really just showing it off. Now this was something that was interesting too, we're going to get to see. Now they were talking about ranged abilities, but this weapon, in fact, has, I guess, ranged attacks, because I thought it was just a grapple ability originally, but when you see more of it in the trailer, you kind of see the chain hanging from it. He uses his dual blades as spears, and there's multiple dual blades that they show off that have these, so I don't know if it's all dual blades that are going to have this grapple-like ability, but we've definitely see a lot of it in this trailer this time around. Originally, where I thought it was just a basic grapple attack. Again, early animation, like I said, the clipping, whew. But again, this is all on PC, which surprisingly the PS5 looks better than the PC gameplay, if I'm being real. I don't know if they're porting it like most PC games, but PS5 definitely looked a bit nicer. So we just get to see a bit more of the environment. We got to see a bit of this, and then one of the enemies we see, there's the same little corridor section, but it's in a separate area. We saw in the PS5 trailer, and you'll see at the end of it when you're getting ready to potentially fight them. Now this was something else that I noticed a lot more of in this trailer. There's going to be orbs just about everywhere. There's orbs and a brand new, I guess, item type that drops. We've seen loot drops, and now we see, I guess, gold orbs and green orbs. Green, I'm assuming, is going to be for health. I'm assuming the gold orbs are going to have something to do with your ability or a gauge. Again, because it's a gameplay first look trailer, we don't get to see any of the real HUDs for anything. But now that was, let me see. Yeah, so I don't know if that was a dodge or if that was an ability. Now this was something that was interesting too. We did get to see them swap between different weapons. They did say that you'll be able to play the game and have two main melee weapon types that you can switch between. And this is the first time we get to see it. He runs up with the pole arm, and then he'll switch to his dual blades, where he fights another new enemy type that I don't believe we saw in the PS5 trailer. We see that spin slash a lot, and then more dual blade action. That's just very God of War vibes. And this is what I was talking about, where we see the grapple. So originally I thought this was just a basic attack that every character had, but it seems like this specific one is tied to the dual blades. Yanks him to him. It looks like he gets a stun off, so you could get a pretty decent combo in. That was definitely a heavy blade-like attack. We could see the parry and dodge in action, and that looks like another weapon attack or weapon ability. He pulls up the shield, pulls back, slams, and in this trailer we'll see that the hammer does multiple different attacks. So this one was like a big wave attack that kind of went out. Again, we could see the sword do an ice knockback attack. You see some of the particle effects. And then this, we get to see, I want to say, the armor or the Valor Plate ability in action. So we see this like golden dash. And we also got to see in the PS5 trailer, he had this roar-like ability that would stun enemies. So we're definitely getting to see a bit more of the abilities in action. Then there was another right there, hammer strike, that did something completely different. Whereas the original one did this big wave explosion, this one did a small area, like red circle that kind of went around. So though it looks like each of the weapons, or at least the legendary weapons for sure, will have their own unique abilities. Now in this section of the video, when they were talking about it, definitely gave me Warframe vibes. And I'm cool with that. I've always loved Warframe, but it seems like a more looter friendly take on Warframe. Rather than the crafting aspect of Warframe and their loot, this one definitely seems like you're going to be focusing more on getting actual loot while you play the game. And again, we get to see more. Then here we see a loot drop. I actually think I passed the part, but I think we'll see another one again. But there was another part where we saw another type of loot, I guess, drop in general. It wasn't this shape, but we saw in the PS5 one, they had some that had white, there was some that had blue. Then this one is a white drop right here. Then again, we see some of the gold drops. I wonder if it's currency, potentially, because we know. And then we get to see the ability in action again, and then dropped a green orb and some more gold orbs. And then that was a parry, which we got to see a lot more of in here. In the PS5 trailer, we did get to see the shield used a lot, but this time we got to see a parry, and it seems like the parry lets you get off a pretty hefty combo. And then that was, again, that didn't seem like a ability from the Valor Plate. That looked like a weapon ability, that dash. Yeah, that looks like a weapon dash, because you even see the sword glow. And then another one. So it's kind of interesting. Did he switch between the two, or do weapons have multiple abilities? Huh. I don't think I noticed that on first viewing. Yeah, he didn't switch between the two, so interesting. Multiple abilities. I kind of dig that. And then we get to see a bit more of just the gameplay. The fighting, like I said, the frames were in this. I remember watching it on the stream, and yeah, the frames were pretty bad, not gonna lie, on PC. And then the dodge. I love the dodge mechanic because, like I said, it definitely, they said they took a lot of inspiration from Monster Hunter World, and whenever you dodge and even the parries or rolls, I won't say rolls, but again, it's a slide. I definitely dig it. Then we could see the shield throw again, which we saw in the PS5 trailer, which is pretty nice. I'm gonna go back again. And then there's also this, I guess, enemy type. It almost reminds me of the Acolyte eyes from Destiny, but they're moving. I don't know if they're spawning out enemies, but it looks like it takes damage. So we'll see him throw his shields. And actually, we get to see two enemy types fighting, which is interesting. I always like that in games where other AIs or other enemies will fight each other, and then of course when they see you, they'll most likely be targeting you afterwards. But then the shield comes back, and then boom, we see a loot drop from one of them, and this one is going to be a green orb right there. Then yeah, I think this is the one where we get to see another one of those specific loot items. Like I said, it's something different. It's a completely different item. We can see a bit more of the swords in action. Oh, it's right there. Yep, that's where it was. So let me slow it down a bit. It's going to be here, but I think we'll get a better view of it in a bit, because it's this diamond shaped item right there that we get to see. Now that's a new item that we haven't seen yet, that drops along with these green, gold, and then the loot orbs as well. He picks it up, but again, because there's no HUD, we don't know what it actually grants you. And we can see the shield in action once again, and then this is pretty much the end of the trailer where they're teasing a mini boss fight, and again, that's that corridor we got to see, and they're gonna cut it right before the good part starts to happen. But again, like, I don't know what it is. I really feel like the PlayStation 5 looked a lot nicer than the PC stream, if I'm being real. That's why I'm like, I don't know if they're getting another company to port this, which is generally the case with a lot of PC games. But hopefully it looks better. Again, I know this is in development, but from what we got to see with the PS5 stream, like I said, it looked a lot nicer, a lot cleaner. Like, a lot of PC games do port their stuff, and that's another reason why when I always hear a lot of people claim PC Master Race, you always get broken games though, just saying. But GodFall still looks good regardless. I, of course, will be playing it on PS5, but it will be an Epic Game Store exclusive for PC players if you want to play it on there. So that's all I really got for this video. I just want to do a quick breakdown on the brand new trailer that we got dropped a few days ago with the PC game stream, or gamer stream. So that's all I got for this video. Thank you all for watching. If there's anything else you want to know or talk about in the comment section, or drop it down below. I comment and reply to just about every comment, so, you know, let me know. Links to all my social media accounts are in the video description. I will catch y'all all on the next one. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the subs. Peace.